Let's talk about the data frame and vector in this video. What is a data frame? A data frame is another name for a data table. In Excel, we call a table spreadsheet, right? In R, we call a table of data frame. So what is a vector? A vector is a column of data. In Excel, we call each column a field, right? In R, we call each column of data a vector. I want to show everyone how to import source data into RStudio and then transform the source data into data frames and vectors in this video. This spreadsheet shows everyone an example of a text data set. I collected the data sets from a SEC website. This data set is about SEC's legal actions regarding cryptocurrencies. As you can see, I give each document an ID number. I record each document title, when the document was published, and the content of the document. So if you organize data set like this one, columns by columns, in Excel, we call this a spreadsheet, and in R, we call it a data frame. It's basically a data table. A data frame is a data table. And we call each column a vector in R. I want to show everyone how to import this source data into RStudio. But before that, it's very important for you to identify your working directory in RStudio. If you haven't identified your working directory, I listed the lecture video about how to identify working directory on D2L. Make sure you watch that video before you move forward. Let's go to RStudio. In the script panel, I want to use a function. This is the focus of this lecture. The function name for importing source data into RStudio is called read.table. This is what I'm going to do. First, I'm going to create a variable. Since this data set is about cryptocurrency, so let me create a variable called crypto text. And then less than small dash. As you can see, less than and small dash, this means I want to give some value to this variable I just created, right? The value in this case will be a data frame. I want to give this data table as a whole value to crypto text. I'm going to use read.table function, read.table. Parentheses. Read.table has three important parameters. First is the source data file name. I'm going to type in 2 double quotes. And the source file name is called dataframeprc.csv. You must type exactly how this file is named. For example, F is in uppercase, PRC are in uppercase, .csv and CSV is in lowercase. You must type exactly how this file is named. So I'm going to type in data frame prc.csv. And then read.table function will know, okay, I need to go to the working directory to looking for this file, dataframeprc.csv. Of course, you need to download this data file into your working directory before you execute read.table. And then a comma. And then I'm going to type in SEP equals to 2 double quotes, comma. CSV stands for comma separated file. So each value, each column, each cell is separated by comma in dataframeprc.csv. That's why if I want to bring it into RStudio, I want to tell RStudio how each cell in the source data is separated. It's a comma-based file, so I give a comma to SEP. Another comma, and then type in header. Header equals to T. T means true. That means the first row is a title row. The header row is a title. That's why I want to tell RStudio the first row is the title row. That's why header equals to T, true. Otherwise, the first row will be treated as just a regular row. It doesn't make sense, right? Because the first row is a header row. That's why in RStudio, I want to specify this. Header equals to T. And then that's about it. Let me select this file. And then click Run. You see nothing in the console panel. That's a good sign. That means you have already brought DataFrame prc.csv into RStudio. So we talked about another concept called a vector. A vector is basically a column inside of a data frame, right? What if I want to take a look at all the values under title column, title vector? What should I do? You can do this. Type in crypto text. Right now, after you execute the read.table line, crypto text is not only a variable name anymore. It represents a data frame. It holds all the value you can see in DataFrame prc.csv. So if you want to access to the title column inside of crypto text, you use a $sign. And then you see RStudio is very useful. It will give you some suggestions, some recommendations about the column names, vector names. Let me choose title. So I want to see all the values under title vector. So I'm going to select this script and then hit Run. You can see all title rows inside of a title vector. Right? The title is very long, that's why it's stretched a little bit in the console panel. This is how you create data frames and vectors in RStudio.